5'7" in Blantyre, the sort of guys that would admire my particular ability to talk in perfect rhyme and do the whole thing an absolute time. And no kidding, old timer, I was really ad-libbing. No kidding. I checked out the night, looked at the top table, barely able to see them standing at the end. Killy cranky before you get Frankie. Perfect. I smiled helplessly, looked at the old sheriff, who leaned in his chin, suppressing a grin, wishing to fuck he hadn't bothered to come in. The old sheriff was looking great in a grey suit given to him by Adolf Hitler in 1944. You could still see the burn marks when he got out of the bunker. Suddenly, Mr. Purpletop pushed his way through the crowd. Brushing his testicles loosely against a chair at his back. A big tall guy walked in with a smile on his face, a little guy with a bad taste in his. It's amazing what goes on at the Masons these fucking days. I checked out the situation. He crossed the floor, carrying a bottle in one hand and 4 glasses in the other, pretending he had 5 friends. I checked out the evening air. It was nice to see the crowd were happy. My 2 personal bodyguards, Bill and Bert, were sitting by my side, wishing they hadn't taken the fucking job. Meanwhile, Prince Edward walked in at the back of the room. And everybody thought he'd be dead for 120 years. But young Dracula in the corner had died. Backed off at the last minute and sat down to his friend, Captain Purpletop. Captain Purpletop always wears purple so he can attack sheep undetected when on higher holidays. Meanwhile, Edward pushed a bottle between his lips, reminding himself of what his big brother used to make him do. You've got this amount of talent. I checked out the situation, looked at little Spiky Top here. A happy kid, but his hairdresser's even fucking happier. I checked out the night, he looked at me and I realized a new Rin Tin Tin movie was being made. The kid smiled helplessly and looked at my 2 personal bodyguards. One of them had a beard, the other one didn't. This one will grow up soon. I checked out the night. The door opened and suddenly in came a little guy. With a big guy behind him. But this time the little guy had a smiley face and the big guy looked fucking moody. I checked the situation out as he pushed his way, trying to remember what table he was sitting at. Suddenly the door opened again, and in came a guy wearing a waistcoat that would fit him in a couple of years' time. If you want to move fast, you need little baby Drax behind you. Suddenly, my own personal clone walked in through the door. Was that my young son Bertie that I hadn't seen for 35 years? Every time I looked at that kid, I wished I'd never come. And this old timer coming in has been taking the rap for all those years. Meanwhile, Baby Drax was stopping a much larger person from leaving the building. Let's face it, he was a big mean fucker, and Baby Drax would have no fucking chance. I checked out the situation and hoped that the big guy wouldn't leave the room, or it would fuck up the acoustics in here. Things were happening all over the hall. On the other side, you could see a much younger group sitting in the corner. They were young kids in the corner right up until the gay lumberjack with his face. said, come on, Dad, he's only joking. There they were, the 7 kids sitting together, each one looking at the other, wishing the other was a girl. Apart from one of the specs, he wasn't too sure. I looked at the kid with the specs and realized what a fucked up person the Milky Bar Kid had become. The kids smiled helplessly. 2 of them had worn their white shirts, phoning each other up and saying, I'll wear my shirt check tonight if you wear your white shirt. We won't tell that little fucker at the end, you'll turn up in that crazy little grey number. The kids smiled helplessly and I checked out the situation, but they wondered, why are you carrying a guitar? It's to hit any fucker who doesn't like the show. My bodyguard smiled and said, we won't be doing that. Let's hear that guitar go. I decided, we need a holiday. We need to travel the world, and we're all too poor to get around these days, since, of course, Globespan has been fucked up. We can't get those cheaper holidays abroad. So I'm going to take you on holiday with me. Through the world we shall travel. And I shall introduce you to different parts of the world, although we'll only be able to go to parts of the world where I can play the fucking music. Here we go. First of all, we're going to go all the way. If you're with me now, sir. Are you ready? Yes. That waistcoat's beginning to fit better. Obviously, your large chum stretched you. Meanwhile, things were happening. 2 mean-looking dudes were walking in across the floor and decided to hold on, keep their asses on the radiator. The lumberjack said, that's my fucking grandchildren you're talking about. Here we go now. You'll have to listen closely now. You want to hear a guitar played for real. Watch this. We're going to go all the way to bluegrass. No, we're not going to go there. We're going to go to the Delta land, where the old blues, primitive blues is played. Delta blues. Well, I was doing okay. Had the heart and fire. I was heading all the way to the Delta from Blantyre. I knew the score. I wasn't even asking her. I said, I can go to the Delta and Winston and go all the way to Africa. We brought all the little game there. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah, yeah, yeah! Oh yeah, yeah, yeah! I was doing okay. They said, man, you got it right. We won't send you to live in East O'Brien tonight. But I'll say it's a magic touch. Lean on the ground like a crutch. And everybody said, man, how he does it so much. A young kid decided to make his escape. His mother said, wear white at night. Last year the kid was nearly killed by a fucking snowplow. Lumberjack Jake said, who gives a fuck? I've got another 6 of them over there. Now listen around my neck, folks. Listen around my neck. It's all the harmonica. Pay attention, please. Listen around my neck. It's all the harmonica. It's an instrument that you suck and you blow. It's named after a woman called Lewinsky. To play this harmonica, fucking Lewinsky. All right, here we go, brothers. Grandchild, who's a great little boy. He wasn't some kid you couldn't invent. He briefly told them he just joined some strange religious understanding. And did my bits, and gave all the audience a little bit more shit than the crowd said. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah, yeah, yeah! He was moving slickly about. The crowd looked at him. He was a cool-looking dude. In 1954. He pushed his way down the side. Young kid with that smile. Looked at the crowd, looking down and said, you couldn't even swing a fucking cat around here, but you could swing a fucking guitar. I checked out the situation and looked around. A microphone appeared before me. What the fuck does he want me to do with this? It's hard. Can you hear me in the back? This dumb fucker thinks I can play a guitar and talk to a microphone at the same time. Thinks obviously he would like to hold it. Well, we'll both go to jail, but it'll be worth it in my price. And for the sheriff is present as well. It would soon be time for me to play the guitar in a particularly slick way, as my new microphone stand. Sitting with the pastor dressed in black, decided to lower the microphone so my guitar could be played through it. Motherfucking guitar. We'll do this thing dedicated to him. It's called the Dumb Fucker Blues. Now we're going to go all the way to Catalonia, where I shall play some classical guitar for you. I'll play some real Catalonian classical music. For this, I'd like you to give me a quick hee-haw. And I'd like you to give me a... Now, we'll try something better than that. Give me an ole. 1, 2, 3. Ole! Now, listen closely. This is my Now for true Catalonian singing. Are you ready? True Catalonian singing.